Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
How you guys doing? It's your boy Cardiac back with a question for you. With the draft fastly approaching, what do you think about this move? I believe we have about, 13 picks? Why don't we go ahead and select Shedeur at 2, package the 33rd pick and some other picks, and try to move back up into the first round and select Travis Hunter? And we can go ahead and do the Jamar Chase and Burrow type method. I know people don't look at Shedeur in that ilk of those other two, but they play together. They have a relationship, a chemistry that they'll be able to come in right away and have. And like I said, you get somebody who Shedeur knows and can come along. I think that'll help. So what do you guys think? Appreciate it. Have a nice day.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Quincy, I was saving this one for you because I know you addressed this. So what do you think? Shedeur and you'd probably have to do it the other way. You'd probably have to take Hunter and then try to get back in and hope Shedeur slides. But what do you think of that?
If you do it the way, and no disrespect to the caller, I think the ideal is sound, right? And the reasoning for the ideal is sound. I think how we got there was a little bit off, because it's going to be realistically, if you want to trade back in to get Travis Hunter, you're probably going to have to give up first round picks next year. Where there's more of a question about if Shedeur Sanders is going to actually go super early in this first round. Ultimately, nobody knows where Shedeur is going to fall. Even Shedeur Sanders doesn't know where he's going to be selected yet. But yeah, I think the idea of getting, like, if you get Travis Hunter number 2 overall and then Shedeur does fall within the range, like if he falls past Pittsburgh, right, at 20, because I think going up before that, you would probably have to give up a future first to go back into the draft. I'm not willing to do that for Shedeur. But once you get past 20 and we start entering that 25, 26 range, it's only an extra fourth historically is what it's cost to move up from 33 at that point. Then yeah, I think it's worthwhile to get Shedeur Sanders there. My beef with Shedeur is he's not a number 2 overall pick caliber quarterback. I think Shedeur could sit comfortably in that same realm where Andy Dalton and Kirk Cousins sat comfortably their whole career, right? Low tier Pro Bowl guys who can be a long-term starter for a team, but also starters that you're always going to have conversations about overcoming ultimately in the bigger moments. If you spend that on a late first and that's what gets you by for a while you try to develop and build, and maybe you draft some experimental quarterbacks who you try to develop behind them, that can be a road to get the guy that you really need there. But as long as if you're doing it that way, I think Shedeur pairing him up with Travis Hunter, I don't think that's a terrible idea.